Make dinner menus for the week so you don't have to, where every single dish on the menu utilizes similar ingredients from just one grocery haul. And if you're looking to cook more efficiently throughout the week, you can by prepping some of your ingredients ahead of time, like this ratatouille puree, or like this dilly creme fraiche sauce, which we're using in the first meal of the week. Now, the first meal of this week is a filet-o-fish sandwich, or my version of it. So we're pretty much just breading some white fish in egg, flour, and panko breadcrumbs. And then we're frying that fish until it's golden brown and crispy on both sides. And then off to the side, we're taking some thinly sliced cabbage that we prepped at the beginning of the week, and we're adding some pickle juice, mustard, and a little bit of chopped dill. And then that's pretty much all of the hard work you have to do, because after that, we're basically just assembling the sandwiches, and then the first meal of the week is served. All right, now for the second meal of the week, we're taking some diced chicken, and we're seasoning it with salt, and then adding it to some oil to sear briefly. And then we're taking the same prepped veggies that we used in that ratatouille puree, including eggplant, zucchini, and bell pepper. And then we're going in with a Moroccan spice blend that we made at the beginning of the week, as well as some tomato sauce and chicken stock. And we're basically just stewing that until it's nice and braised. Then we're just serving that up with some basmati rice, and then we're garnishing with some chopped dill and feta. And just like that, our second meal of the week is served. Now for the third meal of the week, we're taking our ratatouille puree that we made at the beginning of the week. We're adding it to a pot along with some chicken stock just to thin it out to a soup-like consistency. And once it's fully reheated, we'll season with a little bit of kosher salt. And then we're baking some potatoes at the beginning of the week and then reheating them on this day. And we're adding some creme fraiche, salt, and a little bit of black pepper. And then at the beginning of the week, I also prepped some herbes de Provence meatballs, which I'm placing right on top of those baked potatoes. And then the soup and those baked potatoes are getting served together. Now for our fourth meal of the week, we're seasoning some shrimp with that Moroccan spice blend that I mentioned earlier. And as it marinates, we're sauteing some garlic, cabbage, butter, eggplant, and zucchini all in a skillet. And then we're going in with a hefty amount of that Moroccan spice blend. And then we're adding our shrimp. The shrimp cooks really quickly, so this all happens in a matter of about 5 minutes. But once everything is nice and sauteed, we're then adding a small splash of cream, and we're serving this shrimp skillet up with some basmati rice. Now last but certainly not least, we're quickly sauteing / reheating our herbes de Provence meatballs, and then adding what's left of our ratatouille puree. And as all of that simmers, we're cooking some pasta. You can totally use anything from like spaghetti to rigatoni. But once that pasta is cooked, we're adding it to that sauce and those meatballs, along with a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano and some butter. And of course, a little bit of pasta water just so it gets nice and glossy. But basically in about 10 minutes, this dish comes together. And just like that, our fifth meal of the week is served.